This is Texas. This is not.
There are many more than two biological sexes. In fact, there are 6.
This is Texas. This is not.
The American flag is such a complicated symbol for most of us.
This is Texas. This is not.
They're going to call me a radical leftist.
All right, get used to more of that. 157 days, 22 weeks, and just over 5 months to go until the November midterms. Our next guest, beating a 4-term sitting senator in the Texas runoff on Tuesday, he got over 60% of the vote in a state that hasn't elected a Democrat statewide since 1994, and even then, it was a lieutenant governor. Every 6 years, the messaging is always the same from Democrats in Texas that this is going to be the year. Beto O'Rourke failed, Colin Allred failed. Now it's on James Talarico, the single 37-year-old vegan pastor in training who thinks that biological men need abortion care. Promise me they do not. They definitely do not. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is the Republican candidate for Senate in Texas. Mr. Attorney General, good to see you. Congratulations on the win on Tuesday. I've wanted to ask you this question since Tuesday night. How do you make sure every single voter in Texas knows what James Talarico has said on tape? It's all on tape. How do you make sure they see that?
Well, as you've already seen, you were posting one of our ads that we did the day after the election. So we're already getting our message out, and we're using, as you can see, his words, which is kind of interesting because now he's backing off. He used those words when he was running in the Democratic primary. Now he's claiming that I'm clipping him, or that I'm picking his cringy moments. But the reality is, these are his actual words. These are these are the views he actually has, which he's trying to hide now that he's has a general election, and he realizes that Texans are probably not going to like what he believes.
Is the local media in Texas going to get behind James Talarico?
Oh, I have no doubt that the local media will try to prop him up, just like they did with Cruz and Beto O'Rourke. They propped Beto up. They always, they always push the Democrat, and that's just what we have to deal with, not just in Texas, but all over the country. As Donald Trump would call the fake media.
Right. Spencer Pratt has had a lot of success. I don't know if you've watched this at all from afar out there in California, but he's running these AI campaign ads. And Mr. Attorney General, we've never seen this before. Is that part of your plan, maybe to reach younger voters in the state of Texas so they can see how extreme James Talarico is to maybe do AI ads?
You know what? I see no reason not to. This guy's done a really excellent job of highlighting the craziness of the current mayor in L.A. and highlighting the problems that she's created. And so, yeah, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't do the same thing. This guy he's given us a lot of material to work with that Texans, I think, will be offended by.
All right, here is a Talarico campaign ad from 2022. I've got a lot of questions about this. This is the ad where he said that he was running a meat-free campaign, whatever that is.
I am proud to say that our campaign has officially become a non-meat campaign. We are only buying vegan products from our local vegan businesses.
Okay, so a meat-free campaign, and then a week ago, his team puts out this picture of Talarico like in a Texas flag button-down, eating like a big hunk of meat. Seems like he has no problem with meat. Either way, though, he's a liar. The question is, was he lying in 2022 to get votes, or is he lying now to get votes, or was he lying both times? Either way, he's a liar, though, right?
Yeah, he is definitely lying. He's no doubt changed many of his views, claiming that they weren't really representative based on what he said. But the truth is, we have to go off of what he's already said to know what he actually believes. This idea that he can change his views for the general election, we're not going to let him get away with it, because we actually believe the views that he's expressed are the views he actually believes. He's just trying to hide those.
How do you get Cornyn voters to back you?
Look, I think they realize we do this all the time. We have our primary fight. We have lots of primary fights in Texas, because typically whoever wins the primary, at least since 1994, statewide has won the general election. So we have these fights in the primary, and then we come together. And it's happened since 1994, and we've consistently elected Republicans. We're reaching out to Cornyn voters, and we want to include them, and we also want to include independents. We have a big tent, and
Big tent.
Texas Republicans have been successful because we've been good at what we do, which is we've been good at governing Texas.
All right, just quickly, here is what Talarico is saying about you. This is what you're going to have to deal with for the next 22 weeks. Take a look.
And then there's Ken Paxton. I have a legislative record. Ken Paxton has a criminal record. Ken Paxton is the most corrupt politician in America.
All right, so that's all he's going to say about you. How do you get the message to voters who might have concerns about your own record?
Well, look, I'll just call him a liar. He obviously doesn't care about the Constitution. You're innocent in Texas and in this entire country, just like Donald Trump, until you're proven guilty. Just because they come after you doesn't mean you're guilty of a crime. They have to prove crimes in our country. Talarico obviously doesn't believe in the Constitution because they haven't proven a crime against Donald Trump. They haven't proven a crime against me. They've attacked us. But look, I believe in the Constitution. I believe you're innocent until proven guilty. Clearly, he does not believe that. He's about politics and about using lawfare to destroy people's lives. And I'm in complete opposition to his views on that.
All right, Attorney General, hope to have you back over the next 5 months. Good luck to you. Appreciate you being here tonight. Attorney General Ken Paxton, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
You too.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.